Alright, welcome to this video where we're going to look at how you can get a restart button working and also some text that's blinking. So what I've got here is if I start the game and I lose badly, as I want to do, I'll have to just play this out here. And one more. There we go. Okay, so what I've got here is the computer wins and then a blinking press R to restart. So it's sort of blinking there. So it's kind of a neat effect. And if I press R, it goes back to the main menu. So let's take a look at what we've got in terms of the code here. So I believe this is all on the game manager. And so I'll just open that up. And so what I've done here is when the game is over, so let's just go take a look here. I've gotten rid of the end game. And you might notice here that I've kept it in the script. I've simply commented it out. If you want to comment out multiple lines, you can use the /* and then */, okay? And then that sort of keeps it there, but the computer doesn't read it. And so what I did was replaced, where is it here? When the game ends, so before I had the end game here, what I've got is the starting coroutine, and this flash text is in the coroutine. So it's sort of flash game over text, or I could call it whatever it was. I've got that set to computer here. I have the very same thing up here, but with player there. And we'll see that in a second. Okay, so that's basically going to start the flashing text, and that occurs when the game is over. So if I pop on down here, let's take a look at it. It is a coroutine, therefore it starts with this IE numerator, flash text, and I put that string in there so I can define who the winner is, because I want to give a different message, so I figured that was the easiest way. Now, one thing that I did do, and I forgot to mention, I have a can restart button, or sorry, a boolean, and this can restart boolean is designed to prevent the person who's playing from pressing R during the game. Obviously, you don't want them to be able to press R at any time in the game. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute because that's important in the update function above. Now, what I've got here is a while loop, and these two are basically the same. The only difference here is one's got a win, you win, the other has a computer win. So we'll just explain one here. So if the player is the one who won, this loop is basically infinite. It will keep going forever, okay, until we restart the game. So what it does is it puts the win text, you win. This \n here doesn't get printed out, but it sets it as a new line. And then press R to restart. So I've got two lines there. Now what this is, like it says here, it flips the active state of win text. So we set win text to be enabled, and we'll set it to not win text is enabled. And basically it just rotates it through the two possibilities here. So we'll constantly do this, but before it flips it back, right, it has to wait this, in this case, half a second. So we, excuse me, we have this constant loop that will keep blinking the text on and off every half second until basically we restart the game. So you notice there's no restart functionality here. So let's take a look at what that entails. So I'm going to go back up to the very top because what I did was I put in, somewhere here, a boolean. Remember, booleans can only be true or false, and it's sort of like a question kind of thing. Can you restart the game? So this is saying it's, if you know, you can restart if it's true, you'll be able to restart it. If it's false, you can't restart the game. And so what I did is at the very beginning, right, I set can restart to false because you don't want to be able to restart the game while the game is in play. And in the update, what I did was I created basically an input. Okay, so if they press the input.get key down with the key code R, so basically if they press the key R and can restart is true, then we're going to reload the menu scene. Okay, so what it requires is two things to be true, right? If I had gotten rid of this, basically, if I deleted that, it would be able to press, you know, I'd be able to press R anytime, and therefore, you know, Mr. Fleming would be able to rage quit on when he's losing, right? As he usually does. So, oops, Control Z there. So what this forces it to be is in that basically the game over state. Okay, so I mean, you could even do that. Is game over? You could set that to true, sort of thing. But anyways, can restart is set to true. That will open up this ability to load the scene. So you can test that. I won't show you here, but if I press R multiple times while the game's playing, it won't reload, and it can only do this when we're at the end of the game. And if you recall, I'm just going to jump down here. At the very top of this flash text function, we set the can restart to true. Okay? And that would get reset, obviously, when the game starts again, right? If you remember up in the very start menu, it said can restart is set to false. Okay? So that might be something useful, and you can use this idea for a bunch of things, not just restarting restarting the game, but you know, being able to use this as well, right? This input.getKeyDown, keycode.r, that helps you use sort of any key on your keyboard if you want to change the functionality or give it functionality. That's one thing that you can do there. Good. All right, so hopefully that helps you out if you want to implement that idea.